crazy.
Speaking of that shooting that happened at the mall.
Yes.
Did you hear about that?
Yes, the shooting that happened in the mall. This is one of those crazy situations where an armed good guy stopped a bad guy from killing a bunch of people. This guy shows up at the mall, pulls out a gun, kills 2 people. And within seconds, this happens. This guy reaches into his, pushes his girlfriend aside, reaches into his waist, pulls out his gun, and shoots at this guy from 40 yards away.
No.
10 shots, hits him 8 times.
Is that pretty far?
It's pretty far. For a pistol, that's far. That's far. That's like a good shot with a arrow.
Wow.
Like a bow and arrow. It's 40 yards. That's a fucking poke. And for you to do this under pressure and to take a life, and he hit him 8 times. He could shoot. He's a 22-year-old man. Of course, the NRA's jumped all over this. And they've said, hey, this is one of those examples where a good guy with a gun kills a bad guy. That, right, what you just saw is another one of those examples.
Yeah.
It does happen. And the problem is people don't want to admit that happens because it doesn't fit with their narrative. This is one of the things that always happens when there's a hot topic, whether it's gun control or whatever it is, where you have a very specific idea of what you think the problem is and what you think the solution is. And a lot of people think the problem is guns. The solution is take all the guns. And, some people say, no, the solution is you should be armed and be prepared to take care of things. If something goes wrong, you should be trained and you should be prepared to use your gun. And in this case, that is the correct answer. In this case.
I think that's the right angle he had. And
Is that a Jason's Deli?
where
So
the shooting was right there. The guy got shot.
yeah. So now, wow, it depends entirely on whether or not this guy has a red dot. And how much he's trained. If he has a red dot, it's considerably easier to hit what you're aiming at, because a red dot, when you pull out a pistol, excuse me here, I think that smelling salts fucked me up.
Really? I like that.
Yeah, is it fucked you up too, Jamie?
I didn't go all the way.
I went all
Stayed
in.
there,
I took the biggest, deepest whiff, and it was immediately, I was punished for that dot. Like when you draw and you have a red dot, the red dot will show you exactly where that bullet's going to go.
And when it turns green, is that when you shoot?
No, it's just red. It stays red.
Okay.
It's just in place of the iron sights, like the iron sights you have like on a gun.
Oh, yeah, the little thing.
Yeah,
like
the little
that.
thing, and then in between it is like you put the little dot that's on the end of the pistol, and you line the 2 of them up and you shoot. With a red dot, you don't have to do that. You just pull it out, and it's like a sight, and in that sight, there's a red dot. Wherever that red dot is, that's where that bullet's going to go.
Damn.
So,
and how accurate is that? How much times?
It depends entirely on whether or not you've sighted in the gun properly. But if you sighted in the gun properly, it's very accurate, especially if you have a really good gun, like a Staccato or a SIG or some top-end Glock, high-end gun. So if this guy knew what he was doing, clearly he did. If he hit that guy from 40 yards away 8 times with 10 shots, that fucking guy can shoot.
That's like Steph Curry, really.
It's
That's
like
big numbers.
For the dude who's a shooter is the wrong, like worst case scenario. You happen to be close enough where a guy who has a gun can immediately shoot you. So this guy starts shooting, and I think it was within 2 minutes or something like that.
But how dangerous?
Something very quick where he starts shooting at
How
the guy.
dangerous to shoot across a food court, though?
Very dangerous. Very dangerous. But not as dangerous as letting this guy go.
Right.
You let this guy keep shooting people, he's probably going to shoot you next. I mean, he's probably just going to shoot every body he can get a hold of.
So people always talk about like, oh, there shouldn't be any more guns, right?
Yeah.
Like, but how would you ever achieve that based on kind of where we are?
You wouldn't.